by for the Brewery Underground podcast.
In Nashville's harbor wise, craft and brews will meet the skies. Stephen Scott, they lead the way. Brewery Underground, night and day. Raise your glass, let's ignite. In this city, we unite. Raise your glass, let's ignite. In this city, we unite.
Hey, did you get a new phone or what?
I just took a couple months to go through.
All right, I'm here talking to myself.
I know.
All right, well, good. Scott, out of Knoxville, I see you, buddy.
Oh,
It's happening. Let me get my stupid face back here. I tried to get it on my damn. You just can't do it with your laptop without like special features.
and it's a heck of a thing. It's a heck of a thing.
That's all right. Back to my phone.
That's right. Well, we'll wait for a couple of people to join here.
Yeah, there's a few. We got a few on there.
People here. Hello, everybody.
Foamies.
The foamies are here.
My goal is to keep the phone from looking at the ceiling. All right, that's my goal tonight.
Yeah,
Try to keep it straight on.
there you go. All right.
Let's see. What's up, Foamies?
What's up,
Foamies want in?
everybody?
Foamies want in? Little Great Lakes talk. Scott, I know you're getting ready to go to a concert or something.
Yes.
What's up? Let's see. Let's see what we get. Uh-oh. Who's it gonna be?
Who's it going to be?
Hang on. I hit the...
What's coming on with this?
Big Red.
What's up?
What's
Oh,
happening?
Not
What's up,
much.
bud? What are you, man? Look at you. He's outside.
Yeah, man. It's a great day in Tennessee today.
Oh, it's a great
day.
It's a
This
great...
is the, this is
We
like
got
the
that-
Brewery Underground podcast, like Oscar post-game party. You know, this is
Yeah.
Right.
our Great Lakes episode.
Yeah, this is the Vanity Fair version.
That's right.
No better guys to do the Vanity Fair version than Scott and Steve.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't get all
Best
dressed
looking
up.
dudes
though.
in the game.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
thank you.
Yeah. We got faces for podcasting.
Yeah.
That's right.
So for people that are joining us, it's a great
Yeah.
day for us because it was our podcast episode debut today of Great Lakes coming to Tennessee. And man, it's we wanted to share the news earlier. We couldn't do that. We found out a couple of weeks ago. We kept it a secret. But yeah, so
I had to kill a couple of people after I had to tell them that I had to kill a couple of people, but it's okay.
Yep. Yep. So we're in full celebration mode. You know, I'm drinking. I am drinking the Vivacious, Juicy Vivacious, which you won't
Okay.
get in Tennessee yet, but you will
Not yet.
soon.
Not
I
yet.
rated this, by the way, a 5 on Untappd before. Drinking this in my Vivacious Great Lakes glass.
That's an IPA.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, sounds really good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I got, first of all, ta-da! Look at that.
Nice.
Right? Ta-da. I had to get that. I mean, it was at the bottom of the laundry basket, but I didn't give a shit. It was coming
Yeah,
out
who
today.
cares?
You can't smell it on Instagram.
I was wondering what
But-
that smell was.
Yeah, man. I mean, you're not that far. I guess you probably got downwind. Caught a little downwind.
I just want to jump on real quick, guys. Congratulations. Your push definitely pulled off. We got Great Lakes beer in Tennessee, and I think a lot of it's thanks to you guys. So cheers, and thank you guys very much for the new beer in Tennessee.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, glad you jumped on. Glad you're
Cheers.
feeling better, too.
Yeah, much better. I'll toast one in you guys' honor later.
All right, brother.
Cheers, guys.
See you, man. Thanks.
All right.
All right. Well, I have got, and
Yep.
Rich called me out yesterday. 'Cause I had 4 Great Lakes beers in my fridge since
Yeah.
October. It's only because I didn't want them to go away. Tonight, they don't last. They're all going to be gone tonight. I've been saving the last few. So I got the Blood Orange Vivacious.
Oh.
The
Yeah.
last one of those that I've got.
So good. So good.
It is. I think I got a regular Vivacious. I got the Juicy, and I got an Elliott Ness. And that's all until tomorrow. Because,
Tomorrow.
yeah, because even though they're dropping on March 2nd,
Yeah.
across the state of Tennessee, there's a liquor store here in town that's going to have some tomorrow.
There could be another video or two going out
It
tomorrow.
could be.
More
And,
Great Lakes.
and I don't know if I want to give the, although it's kind of public knowledge, but give who that is right now because it'll be all gone before I get there tomorrow.
Yeah, me
Can't
too.
have that.
No, we don't run them and run out, man.
I
We gotta
know.
get there. We gotta get the Great Lakes.
Yeah, but yeah, expect some more from tomorrow. We can get there. Maybe some more videos or maybe even another live.
I know.
If I get the shit to get while it's rolling off the truck is
Yeah.
ideal.
Well, for the folks that are tuning in and will be tuning in, as we said, it's a great day for us. Great day for us. We're not going to give all the details away of the podcast episode that dropped this morning, but what we do want to say is it was a fantastic time. And a couple of weeks ago, this all went down. So basically, we got contacted by the folks from Great Lakes, and they said, "Hey, got to keep this a secret, but Great Lakes is finally coming to Tennessee,
Yep.
and we want to meet you guys. We would love to meet up with you guys. Maybe we could record something." We ended up recording a podcast episode. What was that, like 3 weeks ago now?
I think it was just, believe it or not, it was just 2. We had to keep the secret. Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of recorded it in secret. Only the people that were at the 51st Tap Room North. Is that right? Where that's where
Yep.
we're at?
Over in West Nashville. Yep.
Only those folks knew. So and the thing was, the word did not get out. Nobody had posted anything about it. Wasn't until a press release that Great Lakes put out about 2 days ago, talking about they have finally landed in Tennessee.
Yeah. They were here, when they reached out to us, they were here meeting with the distributor, which was RS Littman, and it's distributor across the state. They're gonna have I mean, and it's not just Nashville, it's starting on Monday, it's across the state, and Littman could do that for them, so while they were meeting with them, they invited us to join afterwards, like their little post
Yeah,
party, and, it was awesome. They didn't have to do it, we said that 100 times,
yeah,
we appreciate that they did. And Chris and Josh were great and gave us a lot of details, which are on the episode that you can
yeah.
find on all podcast platforms.
Oh, yeah, that's right. On all podcast
All
platforms.
podcast platforms, yes.
But
Um,
let's talk about how the beginning of this started. And you and I, when we finished that podcast a few weeks ago, we were tearing down our equipment. We were just sitting there eating, and we are both like, you know, I don't even remember. I think it was both. We just both talked about the one day we were talking about Great Lakes, and we're like, just almost together. We're like, let's just start a petition drive and see if it works. And from my perspective, I was like, let's do it. It'll be a fun thing to do. We're beer guys. It's a fun thing to keep moving on a podcast. We want to be entertaining, and let's see if it actually works. So we started the petition drive, and then I have to give you full credit because you had created an Instagram page, right?
with the Instagram page, I said, why not back it up with a little
Why not
social
back it up?
media? Yeah, let's get the word out there. It was one more friggin' thing to do, but we were happy to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it
So
worked, and it got their attention, like, literally, kind of and we heard a little bit about it kinda during the process, but afterwards, they really told us that, they were aware of it, they saw it, they heard us, and they were fully on board, and then, they you know, it was in I think he said about a year, is in the works for about a year, they're trying to get it to happen, so and it worked out, and, we can't take all the credit.
no.
I think Great Lakes had a lot to do with it.
Well, Great Lakes had a lot to do with it. They did a lot of the leg,
They did.
but I think we helped it along to getting the word out that hey, there's these two beer guys that do a podcast in
Mhm.
Nashville that are trying to also get Great Lakes to Tennessee. And, we showed them a lot of love. We showed them a lot of support. Of course, we've had on Michael Williams, who's in their marketing guy and also he's like a band cicerone. He does everything. And we've had him on a few times talking about Great Lakes, the brand, the history, everything. And then really to cap it all off, like mid-May of last year, we went up there and we invaded Great Lakes, and it was a lot of fun. And we got to meet some of the folks up there, and it was just a great time. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Michael's been a proponent for us and a supporter of
mhm.
ours right from the first time we ever met him, and, And Great Lakes has been too. I mean,
Yeah,
just the whole entity has been behind us, and we've heard from them along the way. And most recently, in the last couple of weeks, we've heard a lot of emails back and forth, just getting things, giving us details and giving us, some support, and just we were coordinating some things and just constant back and forth and communication. It was great. They didn't have to include us in anything, and they've kept us abreast the whole way.
that's right. That's right. So anybody right now that you're watching us, if you have not yet gone and listened and watched that episode, after you're done watching us, watch that episode because there's a whole lot more details, how it all came together. As we said earlier, you're going to hear from the folks at Great Lakes, their involvement, what they thought about our involvement, what they thought about our petition drive. And that was a whole lot of fun. I mean, that was a great, great conversation.
Yeah. They took it in stride. Like, we started the petition, it was, like,
Yeah.
really kinda tongue in cheek, right? It was
Yeah.
kinda like, the fact that we got noticed by them was really cool, and we tell the story, and, I think we've told it a couple times, but we met Michael when we finally met him at Great Lakes back in May, and, the petition hadn't been out long, and we go, "Have you heard about the petition?" He goes, "Oh, yeah. We've heard about it." It's just funny, It's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
they actually they've heard about it."
I heard about it. Yeah, yeah. And it's so funny. I had mentioned this before. I go back drinking craft beer for like a dozen years, and being from Ohio, when I love the glasses, and I need my sunglasses too.
I
You're a
meant to
rock
start
star now,
Yeah,
man.
I
You
meant
got
to start
something.
the damn thing with them on. I couldn't
I'm
see the
telling you.
screen.
But no, I remember going up to Ohio, I'd go up to Ohio and really getting into craft beer and going into certain beer places up in like the Cincinnati area, and I'd be like, "There's Great Lakes,"
Yeah.
and I haven't had it yet, and so I think one of my first ones because it was out there was Elliott Ness. I brought the game tonight. I got some Elliott Ness, which is going to be available here in Tennessee
Yeah, that's a
starting
great
right now.
segue. That's a great segue. There's 4 beers that are gonna be here. Do you wanna
Yeah.
tell what 4 they are? That's one of them.
Yep. Yeah, also the Commodore Perry is gonna be here as well, and then a couple others, right?
Dortmunder Gold Lager,
Yep.
which is, I mean, just you don't get any better than that, my god.
No.
And one that's actually fairly new is the Midwest Hazy IPA, which we've
Yes.
had. And I think
Yeah.
the first time you and I had it was back in May when we were, before we even got to Great Lakes, we had it at the ballpark in
That's
Cincinnati.
right, we were at a Reds game,
That's the first time
and
we ever had it there. Yep.
walked in because we had Michael on the podcast, Michael Williams, maybe about a month or so before that, and walk in, and that's one of the first thing we see when we're going to go get some beer. It's like, "Look what they got up there. They
Yes.
got the Midwest Hazy." So,
Yep. And
yeah.
we hadn't seen it before that. So
Yeah.
excited about these 4. Pretty sure we'll probably eventually get some more seasonal stuff or come in. They even said probably as much on the podcast. We're kind of just gonna start with these 4. Um I get to see how they do, and as the seasons come on, maybe we'll start seeing some more. It's a long way between now and then, but I got my eyes on Christmas ale already.
I have one left
Well, that's in that
because
batch. Yeah, that's in that same batch from October.
we're double fisted right now with some Great
Yeah.
Lakes. Maybe I should just pour it all in.
Hell yeah.
Just drink it all, all in one. But
I
no, this one right here, as I said earlier to Rich, I said the Juicy Vivacious IPA, which I'm drinking in a Vivacious IPA glass.
That's such a great glass.
I have rated that a 5 on Untapped in like 2024. So yes, it is great. Again, this one will not be here initially in Tennessee in the Nashville area, but I think eventually you will see that brand of beer here too.
Yeah, I just gotta think it's just maybe a matter of time. And, maybe, if anybody in Tennessee is listening and shit, go buy the beer, create that, not even the demand, just show them that
Yeah.
that, buy it, show that, we want it here and reward us that we've been rewarded and go buy it and see some sales and be like, hell yeah, those fools in Tennessee, they're buying up all the beer.
I'm telling you, we've been rewarded. Well, it's funny because you go on their website, as we have done and we have commented on over time. If you look at their website and had a look at their website, they were surrounding Tennessee. Like
Mhm.
they've been everywhere. They've been in Kentucky and the Carolinas, and it was like all the way.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now,
They got the Florida. It's
yeah, it got to Florida.
got to
That's
Florida
right.
and Puerto Rico, and I was like,
Oh.
I always felt like it was coming, like it was a matter of time, and it just did.
Well, I don't know during this time of you and I when we started this petition drive and really had tried to get them here. I don't think there was ever like a time where we doubted it necessarily. We're like, that's never going to happen. It felt like eventually it would happen.
Yeah.
Now, when we got an email a couple of weeks ago, like in the middle of the day, you and I, we'll text back and forth when we get podcast episodes or whatever. And basically, you texted me and it was like, "Holy shit, it's happening!" And I read it and I'm like, I better check my email because it's probably something important. And I checked my email and I was like, "Oh my god, it is actually happening!"
Yeah.
But we couldn't tell a soul.
We could. Well, and kind of the great thing was when we got it was 2 days later we recorded that episode. It literally
Yeah,
was that quick of a turnaround, which was probably good in a lot of ways where we were thinking about it. We're like, all right. I was more thinking about, all right, we got to get permission from the venue that we're going to meet them at to make sure we can record and kind of turn that around pretty quickly. And they were great. 51st North Taproom, you guys were great hosting us. So we didn't really have time to think about it prior. Now, in the last couple of weeks after we recorded it, we're like, but they recorded or not recorded, but they dropped their press release this past Monday, the
yes,
24th. Was it 24th, 23rd, whatever it was? And once that was out, and they even told us once that was out, it's kind of public domain.
yeah,
Go full steam ahead, and we just had to wait for the episode to drop today that we had scheduled, but we could talk about it from that point on, and we have been.
yeah, yeah. And as you said, we had the co-CEO on, we had one of the regional managers on.
Yep, Josh,
And
yep.
yeah, and they were so accommodating and so fantastic. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, um, we deal with a lot of great folks here. Well, really everywhere as far as like talking to and interviewing guys and gals that own breweries or involved in the brewery business and things like that. And I can tell you that from start to finish, Great Lakes, I mean, they have shown us so much love and really, when you think about it, they are an institution in the craft beer world. I mean, they go back starting like, in the 80s
Yeah,
when they
88.
start yeah, in the 80s, like 1988 or something when they
Mhm.
started, their craft beer business and up there in Cleveland, Ohio, and they've been around for a long time. And so, I mean, I think what people who craft beer lovers, if you've not had Great Lakes, you go into the stores right now and you see some of the bigger brands out there, and then if you have not had Great Lakes, man, you're in for a treat.
Yeah. You know, Tennessee is one of those states, Nashville especially, but where people are from everywhere else mostly, right? And a lot of them are from places up north that
Yeah,
could get Great Lakes when they lived in those states, right? Ohio or New York or any of those. So they get here and realize they. So I get my point is it's recognizable to them already. Like, oh, we know about it. We know how
it
great
is.
it is. We
Yeah,
just can't get it here anymore, you know. And I know Scott and 2112 when he goes to Ohio or Kentucky, he's always bringing stuff back, and he's
yep,
making sure that we know that he's got some, and that's cool. So the brand is recognizable. It's not like it's gonna get here and people are like, "What is that?" I think there are a lot of people
yeah,
that are from a lot of places that are familiar with, have had it. Y You've said this before. We can go to Kentucky to get it. It's not like it's
yeah,
in a third world country we have to go to, but still, it's not if you've run into the grocery store, you wanna be able to grab some, it's an hour,
oh
maybe
yeah.
longer. It's really longer from where you live.
Yeah, living like a half hour south of Nashville
Yeah.
on a good day, if there's not a lot of traffic, going to Kentucky is a good hour and a half drive all
Mhm.
the way up there. But whenever I usually go to Ohio 4 or 5 times a year, go up and see family and friends, up near Cincinnati or whatever. I always have stopped in, various places. Let me get some Great Lakes.
Yeah.
Last time I was up there in December, Party Source, the Mecca up there brought back, a bunch of cans of Great Lakes, and I was like, I'm all set for a couple of weeks at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. And I wanna give proper credit. So Keith, Crafty Good Beer out of Cleveland, he sent us
Yeah.
the first Vibaceous.
Yeah.
We've never even had that before, and that's maybe, I don't know, year and a half ago, whenever it was, and we were hooked from that one, and then we got
Yeah.
Vibaceous, then we got Juicy, and we just recently got the Blood. the blood orange that I brought back down from Cleveland. So a lot of credit to him for just introducing us to that. Now it's funny.
Mm.
I mean, now we're just all in, right? We're in with both feet.
Yeah, in fact, he was one. It was the other day. He was, in fact, I think it was may have been during the. I think it was the day we were going to record the podcast. That
Hmm.
he was in Florida. They're in Florida and they're
Yeah.
texting us pictures. Hey, look where they have Great Lakes, and we're just kind of like, well,
Yep.
we can't really respond. We got Great Lakes, yes.
In that episode, we even said something. Oh yeah, we got one of those today. Like, hey, I'm in Florida. Look what we got, and you don't have, kind of thing. And so even though we don't have all of it yet, man, we are excited to get the 4 that we got. And I'm going crazy tomorrow. Like when it hits the store, I plan on buying a case of each of the 4 that they
Oh
got.
yeah,
So
we're gonna be joining. We're gonna be meeting up tomorrow and
yeah,
getting some more Great Lakes beer. And it's funny, we've talked about this. We just did an episode. Well, we did an episode right in the beginning of the year that just dropped last week with our friend Chad Mueller at
yep,
Smokehouse here in Nashville. And during that episode, somehow we started talking about Great Lakes, and he's got Ohio roots, and he was talking about Great Lakes, and one day hoping, and we didn't even know yet. And then that episode came out, and we had already recorded the episode that dropped today, so it was kind of like a great
yeah,
precursor. You talk about timing is everything. It's like,
yeah.
wow, this is really cool.
It was, and then I remember that conversation, and then I went and pulled the clip and isolated it.
Yeah,
But we had to sit on it. Actually, I didn't even drop it till yesterday. We kinda had to sit on it till the word was out, so
yeah,
we didn't have to, but it kind of fell in line with the release, right? It was one more thing to kinda talk about in a
yeah.
short clip to drop, so yeah, that was pretty great. Yeah, dude, I'm excited. Like, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and as soon as I don't know, as soon as the liquor store I may just camp out at the liquor store.
Yeah, it is funny. Here we are, two guys. We just do a podcast for fun, and we like to drink craft beer. We love to interview people and get to know who they are and highlight their business and all that. And I don't know when we started doing this if we would have ever thought, okay, let's start a podcast and let's put this petition drive together and let's see if we could get a major brewery. We're not just talking like a five and dime brewery. And anybody that says that, like, oh, what are you talking about? Do some research, look it up. Great Lakes is a legendary brewery. They're one of the top breweries. Like, I don't know where they rank exactly, but it's got to be like top 30 in the country.
Yeah, and only being in, like when I say only, that's still a lot, like 21 states now.
Yeah,
They're a regional brand, they love
yeah.
they kinda love their footprint where they are. The say I this you just reminded me in that episode when he talks about the sales of Christmas ale, it's top 3 I forget what exactly to say. Top 3 seasonal beers in the country that's only in 20 states. I mean, in the country, it's a top top 3 of any seasonal beer in the country from any brewery, and they're in 20 states or 21
Yeah,
now. I mean, that's fucking amazing.
it is. And, we've done podcast episodes with Great Lakes when they have talked about I mean, there's so much beer that they do that is fantastic, but the Christmas ale is one. It's a legendary story because they've been doing it for years. And when we were up there last May, they were the tour guide. His name was Scott. Was taking us around, and I asked him. I said, "All right, let's talk about this Christmas ale. Where are people lining up for this? Because I think it comes out in like late October, and
Yeah.
there's a day that they do it of the release, and it's almost like a Groundhog Day tradition, where they have people that will show up hours early. Like it could be, maybe the release, on tap is like 11 or noon, and there are people that are showing up, and they're lined up around the block. All these people that may be standing out in the cold because it is Cleveland and it is
Yeah.
October, late
Mhm.
October, and they are doing that, and that is such a fantastic tradition. And the Christmas ale, man, it is great. Honestly, everything they do. I mean, we keep saying great. all their beer is fantastic. It really is.
It is one of my favorite lines ever. Michael Williams told us, he goes, "That event," and that's an event. Christmas Ale, when that release is
Think
an
of that.
event. A matter of fact, I got on their Instagram Live this year when they had the parade and did the whole thing, and it's an event. But people get in line and make a day out of it for a beer they can get 2 days later at the grocery store. But the point, that's not the point. The point is the event. Right? That's the thing. It's hanging out and getting it from the tap room and being the first and getting a seat at the bar, and just it's a spectacle. It's fantastic.
Might be something we have to do one day to
It might.
experience. Some in-depth team reporting. We may have to go up there and stand out there for hours and talking to the masses, and maybe do some live Instagram. Like, here we are, live from the line, where
Yeah.
we're standing and we're waiting for the Christmas ale to come about.
If they promise it won't be too cold. I've been away from that kind of cold for so long.
Yeah, I know.
I could take it for short periods, but no, that would be a fun event to go do. Hey, we'll see our friends Hoppin' Frog on the way up there too.
That's right.
Make
That's
a little more
right.
time next time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so man, it's pretty special. I say I don't know where we go from now. We're gonna ride this wave for a long time,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's never fade. Like, we're gonna continue to drink the beer and get the beer and watch for new variants of things to come down and new styles, which I'm sure they will. But we're gonna do this for a while. Like, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this thing.
We are going to have a lot of fun with it.
And,
And-
and not a surprise or giving anything away, but we've got Michael coming back on April 1st.
Yep.
We had scheduled well before we knew this, and for a completely other reason. Like, we're gonna do a different thing. Now we're gonna have to talk to him about this, but
Proper beer glasses.
proper beer glasses. Yeah.
That's right. What you drink, what you should hold up in your hand
Yeah.
when you're drinking beer, the proper glassware.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Well, he's an advanced Cicerone, and he was like all over it. He was like, "Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great thing." He's already thrown some ideas and glasses and things to look at and talk about. So we've got, not that we didn't have anything to talk about, but man, we had this is like another little sidebar we can continue to chat about too with him. So poor Michael,
Hey,
we
this is perfect for this. Yeah,
think that's the right glass for that.
it is. It is. Yeah.
I do have a glass over here. I haven't used it. It is the actual, and I've got other ones too, but I've got the Midwest
Oh
IPA
yeah,
glass.
the Midwest. Yes.
Yep. I've got that Vibaceous glass you got, and I've got a Christmas ale glass too, but I think you have the same one as well,
hmm
which is really cool.
Well, again, for anybody that's joined, that maybe you just kind of joined in, our podcast episode, it was released this morning, about Great Lakes coming to Tennessee. We talked to their CEO. We talked to, like, the brand manager that also oversees Tennessee and some other areas as well.
Yep, regional sales manager. Yep.
A regional sales
And
manager.
we got to meet, and they weren't on the podcast, but we
Yeah.
got to meet a couple other guys that were with them. I think Jack and John, if I remember, and then Pat, who was with RS Littman, he was there too. He was the distributor. Yeah, he was real nice too, and walked up and gave me a Dortmunder, and we had a little conversation before you got there, and it was a great thing to see, and everybody together. And then, they sat down with us and shared some Great Lakes beer with us. Just pretty.
No, they did, and as I said earlier, it was kind of funny because basically we had to keep it a secret for a couple of weeks. Like a 2-week secret. I didn't tell anybody. I was telling Rich from the Foamy Heads the other day. I said, I think I walked out and there was a rabbit running through my
Yeah.
neighborhood, and I said, "Hey, rabbit, guess what? Great Lakes is coming to Tennessee."
I assume you killed it because rabbits are known to be a little mouthy.
They just ran down the road.
Yeah,
Probably
just
told
telling all
his
his little
friends.
rabbit friends.
Yeah, told all his rabbit friends. They all know now too.
There were a couple people that I told, but I knew I was going to kill them immediately. So I
Yeah.
was like, so I could get it out, and then that was it.
Yeah.
I didn't kill anyone.
No, well, that's good.
I
That's good.
didn't kill anyone. No, I didn't say a word. I didn't say a word to anyone.
No, just a secret amongst the secretive club, so to speak.
Yeah. Especially though when it's even harder when when you're around friends and the beer's flowing, right? And you get 3 or 4,
Oh
and you're like,
yeah.
everybody's happy. And you're like, you know what? I could just tell them. I could just tell them right now.
By the way, that's something I'd love to tell you.
Couldn't do it. Didn't tell anyone.
You know this petition drive that we got going on out there? Yeah, yeah, and that's another thing too. A tease, a listen to the podcast. There was a question that I asked these guys. Have you ever heard of anybody starting a petition drive to get any beer anywhere? You have to tune into the podcast That podcast episode already dropped. You got to tune in and listen to that. You got to listen to the whole thing because it really is a fun time. And I think when we got on there, it was kind of like, hey, this is just off the cuff, man. I
Yeah.
mean, we've been prepared for it for a while. We were excited. It's just a lot of great times.
Yeah. They actually, Josh and Chris signed the petition while we were there.
They
Like,
did.
kind of officially close it out and get to close the deal.
Yeah.
I need to put a kind of exclamation point on that thing.
Gotta frame
It
that sucker,
gotta
man.
frame it, somehow print it out, and then we're done with that. We'll be done with the Bring Great Lakes to Tennessee Instagram. Gonna keep that riding for a while as
Yeah,
as we tag that account and stuff, but ultimately that one will go away because we don't need it anymore.
that's right.
And anything pro Great Lakes in Tennessee, we're just doing our other Instagram accounts 'cause we sure don't need another one.
Yeah, I'll say to people out there, if you're somewhere and you're going, gosh, you know what? I love craft beer, but wherever I am, I can't get craft beer where I am. Maybe you need to employ us to help you.
We could do it. I
You
mean,
could do it.
we've got the secret sauce. We know the
I know.
formula. We know the formula.
We know the formula.
Yeah.
Just get us talking heads. We'll
Yep.
be on there. Get us a beer. Make sure that we've had it before.
Right.
You know, I know our friend Zach up in Cincinnati. He was talking the other day about what about bringing Zool up to Cincinnati because Zool is making big headway here in Nashville now. It's
Yeah.
like, hey Zach, if you're out there and you're gonna be watching this, man, maybe we could help you
We
out,
could help
buddy.
for a nominal fee.
A
Nominal
nominal
fee.
fee.
And here's the thing, we'll actually have to be driven for that, Steve, because we have Zool in Nashville now. So we don't have that same incentive, to get we've got it
I know.
already. So it might take some convincing for us to get on board, getting it up there because
A little convinced.
a little convincing for a nominal fee.
Yeah, nominal. Well, you know what? We had some nice comments today about our podcast. I know the guys over at East Nashville Beer Works, Anthony Davis, and all those guys over there. They had
That was
commented about, it's fantastic that you guys have finally gotten this done. Now, again, it wasn't just us. Great Lakes did most of the legwork,
Yeah.
but we also, we had that petition drive out there, and we tried to gain momentum, as far as our love and things like that.
Yeah. And it was a lot of again, it was tongue in cheek
Yeah.
and just the fact that they saw it along the way, just, it made it fun, right? Every time we put something on, I was kind of thinking, are they going to see this one? They're going to see this one too. Just to see, and it worked. And, they give us a lot of credit and, it's really appreciative. And I get to kind of let us be along for the ride.
I do think, though, and we kind of talked about this on the podcast episode, I do think we need to have a collab beer. The
Well,
Brewery Underground podcast collab beer with Great Lakes. The petition drive.
what
What
is,
would um what
what
would
about
that beer consist of?
Well, okay, that's the collab part's the collab, that's part of the collaboration. You gotta figure that out. What's it gonna be? Is the collab with a brewery here, or is it we go up there and help make the beer? That's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go to Cleveland and start a petition for us to go to Cleveland to do a collab beer with Great Lakes.
A special Tennessee beer called the petition.
Oh, but we have to start another petition. That's how
That, that's oh my gosh.
maybe we'll just ask them, hey, can we come up and make a beer with you one day?
Come up and make a beer. What would a petition drive beer consist of?
That would be a good name for one, though. The petition. The
Right?
petition drive. Yeah. It's a good name for a beer, I think.
I'm telling you.
Dude, I got a switch to regular Vivacious. Man.
Okay.
You know what I love about them? It's the same base, but they're completely different between the juicy and the regular, and they're all fantastic in their own right. And the
Yeah.
blood orange, but it's got the same base, but man, they're all individually spectacular. They're all individually great.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Are you gonna cut the P or whatever the hell they call it, or cut the
Well,
G?
Little Great Lakes here.
All right.
Well, Great Lakes Christmas Ale. I know it's almost March,
It's all right.
so we're winding down the Christmas Ale season. I
Yeah.
know, but you know what? It's what
It
I got.
might be the only and last one in Tennessee currently.
Oh, there's probably somebody out there that has one.
Might be. But I
Yeah,
feel good that we can finish up what we've got, even though it's a little old, it's still fantastic. Knowing that we can reload now.
that's right.
We can go reload. I'm gonna have cases of it in the fridge. I am. I'm gonna buy a case of each SKU. I'm gonna buy a case of all 4 of these when they come out tomorrow.
There's going to be no shortage
Mhm.
in our refrigerators of Great Lakes beer,
That's
and
right. Gonna be
hopefully for other people in Tennessee too. I mean, I realize, and they talked about this on the podcast. Um, even though we're in Nashville, it's not just going to be, well, obviously it's from Great Lakes, Tennessee. It isn't just going to be in Nashville. They're going to
yeah.
be in other parts of Tennessee as well. So I know we have some folks that watch us from other parts of the state. So wherever you are, if you're in Tennessee and you're not just in the Nashville area, look for Great Lakes because it's going to be on the shelf somewhere soon.
Yeah, and like we said, we've got one retailer here, at least one that I know of that's getting it tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere else across the state either, because I think it
Yeah,
was just like the distributor reached out to this retailer and was like, "Do you guys want some?" Kind of early, and I could see that happening in some other places across the state too. So look for it. I mean, somebody might drop an Instagram post tomorrow and be like, "Hey, look what we got."
I know. Look what we got. That's right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know there's already some people I've seen when Great Lakes made their post the other day, and I saw some people, making some comments. I'm not sure where they were exactly in Tennessee, but I could tell that they were pretty excited about it. And that's actually not something we talked about on the podcast episode that we can talk about here. And you mentioned it a few minutes ago here on our Instagram live. And by the way, as I mentioned the podcast episode, when you're done with us, go listen to the podcast episode. It's fantastic. You're going to hear a lot more details on what we're giving you tonight. That's a tease. That's a tease. Um,
Yeah, also before you it's the whole thing is only 38 minutes start to finish. That's
yeah,
counting the music. So it's quick because it gets right to the point and we got to
yeah,
talk to them and stuff. So it's not even it's one of our shorter ones actually.
yeah. One of our shorter ones. A lot of great information though. But the cool thing is, you're from New York. I'm from Ohio. Great Lakes, one of the older breweries out there. They've been around since 1988, and there's a lot of transplants in the Nashville area. There's a lot of transplants in Tennessee as well, who all of a sudden you're going, wait a minute. You go into a store now and you're going, what is that? I remember them. I
Yeah.
remember Great Lakes. I remember being up north, maybe in Ohio or in New York or maybe the Carolinas because they've been over in the Carolinas. Maybe you came over from the Carolinas and you're like, wait a minute. I remember Great Lakes.
Yep.
Now you can get them, and you
And
will be able to get them here in
a-
Tennessee.
and those original brands, we just talked about some of them. Elliot Ness, Edmund
Yep.
Fitzgerald,
Oh my
Dortmund, the
gosh.
original ones. They're still there. They're
The
still around.
original
Yeah,
ones. Yeah.
they're still friggin' there.
Yeah. Yeah. And the good thing is that on their website they have a beer finder, which
Hmm.
I'm sure will be updated soon once they get Tennessee added and all the logistics and everything worked out because a lot of this is new for them as far as like where they're going to be distributing.
Yep.
I would imagine probably in the next couple of weeks, if you go on their website and you go to the section where you can have the beer finder, I'm sure you can find out where in your area in Tennessee that you're going to be able to find Great Lakes.
Yeah, he said initially it might take 4 to 6 weeks to kinda get that up and running, but
Hmm.
look at your, if you got some favorite retailers or bars or, tap rooms or liquor stores, check out their social media because that's probably where you're gonna see it first. Like, who's
Yep.
got it first? That's probably how you're gonna find it. We don't know all the retailers, we don't know many. I only know maybe of 2, and I know of 1 that's getting
Yeah.
it tomorrow, so, it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see who gets like kegs, who's gonna have it on draft. Like, there's gonna be some of
Yeah.
that, I think, too. I don't know how much to start with, but I know it's all packaged stuff right away, but I think it's gonna be available. So, hopefully, when retailers and places get it, they post it, and then we can all be like, "Let's go over there now, and let's go over here. Let's go over and get it." And one of the big that I thought this was really cool, Josh said it on the podcast. He said, when we're talking about finding it, he goes, "Just make sure you support your local retailers that have it.
Yes.
The good ones. Support
Yep.
the good ones, and I think they'll be in the good accounts and things. Just support them, and it will kinda take care of itself."
Yep.
We
Yeah.
were asked the other day about where we would like to go get it, and we gave a thing, and that's along those we know that place, right? We
Oh yeah.
know.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
We'll be there tomorrow.
Yep,
You
we'll be
know.
there tomorrow. And the only reason I'm not mentioning it 'cause I don't want it all be gone when I get there tomorrow.
That's right. We're being selfish tomorrow.
A little selfish. Y'all can get it on the 2nd. I plan on getting some tomorrow.
If you haven't got enough of us
Yeah.
tonight, our podcast this morning that dropped and is still out there, and all the posts. Well, you know what? There's probably going to be. Well, I know there's going to be at least one or two more posts tomorrow about the Great Lakes beer actually arriving in Tennessee.
Yes.
We're going through the whole thing, man. We are not missing a beat on
You
that.
said this a few times, and this is literally trying what we're trying to do tomorrow, almost literally, is following you said following the truck into Tennessee. If we can at least see it getting wheeled off the truck into the place, that's just as good.
I had joked about that at times where I was like, it would be kind of cool to be like, the truck is driving down the road
Mhm.
and there's Great Lakes and we're behind the truck and we're like,
Yes.
oh my
Just follow
God, here it is. It's actually happening.
The funny thing about that, though, is and of course, we missed them, but the trucks have been into Tennessee because the distributor has the beer.
Yeah, yeah,
So we missed but that's okay, because when we see the truck at the retailer, we'll be able to get the beer at that moment. So,
yeah.
and I talked with, someone about that today who runs a certain beer program, and, he was like, "Oh, yeah. When he comes in here, you just grab it off the thing and go." So it's
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
and it's funny because I think about some of the larger breweries that we've had on our podcast, and we just had on Sweetwater just
Yeah.
recently, and they've been in Tennessee for years, and they're one of the larger breweries around in the country. They're out of Atlanta. We've had Founders on. They have a big footprint in Tennessee. They're out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, one of the larger breweries as well.
They're
Um,
national. Yep.
yeah, I mean, one of the larger breweries in Ohio that we love, near and dear to my heart, Rheingeist. You could find Rheingeist, around in Tennessee as well, the Nashville area. So I really think, and if we didn't press them on this because I don't think we really had to, but if I had to take a guess, if you if you really pulled them aside again, the folks from Great Lakes and said Tennessee had been a little bit overdue to come in here, but they have such a great business model. They're not trying to take over 50 states at one time. They're growing. Their business model has worked for them for such a long period of time. They've had a lot of success. We're state number 21 in the country. That is a very large footprint to be
It
in.
is. That's a lot of
Yeah,
state. I mean, a lot of breweries
yeah,
don't get to more than 1,
yeah,
or
yeah,
even outside of their city, so it's
yeah.
huge, and it's a great business model, and look, if we're the 21st state, the other 39 can go kick rocks because we got it. We don't want them taken from us.
That's right.
The 39,
Arkansas,
yes.
you're just going to have to wait a lot
It's alright.
longer.
Come across the Mississippi and get it.
That's right. Sorry, all these other states, out there and
Yep. Just
out
stop to
there and west.
Tennessee.
California, you're just gonna have to wait. All the Californian transplants that have now come to Tennessee, you don't have to. You've come here at a
Yep.
great time,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because you would have had to wait for years, probably, or maybe months. I don't know what their business plan was, but you may have to wait a long time out in California to get Great Lakes. Now in Tennessee, yeah, yeah, you've moved here for
Yeah.
no state income tax and everything else. Now you're gonna get some Great Lakes beer as well.
They can replace their Russian River that they could get in California that we couldn't with Great Lakes
Yeah.
now. 'Cause you
Well,
can't get Russian River in but, like, 7 states 'cause it's
Scott, talk about. I know that we talked a little bit on the podcast with those guys, and we don't want to give again a lot away because we want people to listen to the podcast episode. But for things that we didn't necessarily discuss, talk about some of the beers that we have had, maybe even when we went up there, that could wind up some of the beers, hopefully, that could wind up here in Tennessee that, maybe you've seen in other states and maybe we've gotten. Because
Yeah,
we're getting 4 of the core right now, but there's some good ones that really could be coming too.
and we just talked about them. I kind of hope this is the next wave is the Vivacious line. There are 3 versions of it, and I don't I he did say that the blood orange came out only Halloween time. I don't know if that's always gonna be the thing, but that might be just a seasonal thing. But regular Vivacious is outstanding at 9%. Juicy Vibaceous, I'd love to see that one here too. I think that's 9.5. I got one in the cooler right here. I'd love to see that Vibaceous line here,
Can confirm 9.5.
9.5. I love it. I tell you, you drink too many of those. I think Chris said about the Christmas sales, Christmas confessionals. But it's just like the other one I want to see, and we're approaching that time, and we did bring this up, is the Conway.
Yes.
Because we're coming up on, St. Patrick's Day, but they got a couple of variants of that. The stout, but
For this time of
I think
year.
they've got
Yeah.
a pale ale too, like, there's a couple
Yeah.
variations of the Conway, so would love to see that. That's probably some of that's probably seasonal, so maybe next time around, because he even said, like, the orders have to be in, like, December to get them. Maybe next time around we get that. We'll see how far I mean, Christmas ale, obviously, surely we'll get that somewhere. They do some barrel aged stuff too, maybe
They do.
yeah, I don't know how much they make, how far they distribute that. That would be cool to see.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm missing some. They do a lot of good mixed packs. When you go to the tap room, oh,
Oh, yeah.
Not Elliot Ness. What's the one it's like the Loch Ness Monster or something.
Yeah.
Whatever that one is. Anyway, that one. Uh, when you go to the tap room, man, they have all sorts of stuff that's
I mean, they have a
specific to the
really good
taps.
Oktoberfest that comes out every year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So to answer your question, I would love to see next, if I had a choice, any of the Vibaceous stuff would
Uh-huh.
be ideal. To get that regularly would be amazing.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And maybe some mixed cases of some things too. That would be neat.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, definitely. I mean, I'm looking at their website right now. Yeah, you mentioned like the Irish Stout and stuff like that. And
Mm.
I know we're not gonna get the Conway's Irish Ale. We're not probably not gonna get that right now. But I know like when we were up there and Michael Williams has sent us that like the strawberry pineapple wheat.
Yeah, that's right.
He just sent us that, and when we were up there in May, and we had like I had their Mexican lager on a flight. I've had the Oktoberfest before. And a few months, I've had the cran orange wheat,
Yeah,
which
that's
usually
yep.
comes out in September. And then I love this one, and I got it a few months ago when I was up there in December, and I had it before. This is really a good holiday beer, and it usually comes out in like October, like the Christmas ale does. It's their Cookie Exchange Milk
Yo,
Stout,
yes, yep,
and that thing maybe that's not for everybody, but I'll tell you that to me, if you're having like dinner or something, we talk about food pairings, beer pairings.
yep,
If you're having dinner and you want like a Cookie Exchange Milk Stout, you can actually taste like the cookie.
yeah,
That's like a good dessert beer,
yeah. It
you
is.
know?
It is
Yeah,
really good.
yeah,
Another one too. We mentioned that the Midwest IPA hazy is gonna be here. The
yeah,
regular Midwest too is good, just a regular which we had that one first, so
yeah,
that may be another one too. But I'm actually surprised that the Midwest is here because it was kind of, I'll say specific, but it was designed to be a style. Like, you have an East Coast style and you have a West Coast style IPA. Midwest was kinda designed to kinda be somewhere in between, and I assume it's doing well that it can get to Tennessee. So maybe the
yeah.
regular Midwest will be here as well, but the hazy's, I mean, it's fantastic.
Well, one of the other ones that Michael had given us a while back was, and I'm pretty sure this one was fairly new because we've talked so much on the podcast about the lager game and the Cold Rush Premium Light Lager
Yeah.
that I believe is fairly new on their tap menu. If I had to take a guess, and that one's really good, but it's a light lager. If I had to take a guess, I would have to say at some point you will probably see that one in Tennessee. It's just a 4% light lager.
Yes, that was good. Yeah. At that time, he gave us a whole case of it, and it was
Yeah,
only distributed there. Like, even at that time, it was only distributed in
yeah,
that area, like, just right there, so we'll see how
sure.
that but anything can grow, right? I mean, they sell a bunch of
Oh
it and just
yeah.
keep making more of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many great things that they do, and again, we don't know as they branch out, we don't know which ones that we're gonna get always in Tennessee, but you never know. I mean, we were up there. We ended up coming home with like the bourbon barrel imperial porter and the
Yes.
barrel aged blackout stout. I mean, my God, that barrel aged blackout stout, I had that on a podcast episode, and that thing was just absolutely, fantastic. It's a limited barrel age, but yeah, I mean, all the things that they do. But even the ones we talked about, I think any of the ones that have been out for a long period of time, the seasonals that are going to be available in Tennessee, as you said, the Dortmunder Gold, the Midwest. Did you said Midwest IPA or
Haze
the hazy one?
the hazy is what we're gonna
The
have.
hazy, yeah, the
Yep.
hazy, which we had at the Reds game, that's good. I mean, the Commodore Perry, for IPA lovers, that's actually, that's really good as well.
Yeah.
I
Here
mean, Elliot Ness, I mean, come on.
I know.
Elliot Ness, one of the originals, for God's sakes. Yeah,
Here's the one I was thinking of. Okay, so there's a couple I forgot. So Chill Wave, I think is we both had it. Chill
yeah.
Wave double IPA. The Nosferatu, that one's been around. I mean, it's a double red IPA. That's always a good one. And I assume they still do Lake Erie Monster. I always call it Loch Ness Monster, but it's Lake Erie Monster. But they've got a return of the Lake Erie Monster too, which is the double IPA too. I
And I
assume they still
had
do the
that. I had that
yeah,
on a flight when I was up there.
yeah.
That thing knocked my socks off.
It'd be cool to see those, maybe they show up in a mixed case, maybe they show up by themselves, those are cool things to do. They're really good at mixed cases. We'll see. It's gonna be cool to kinda speculate. Yeah, variety packs. I mean, they got all sorts of stuff here. I mean, there are look, I just looked at, the Conway stuff. You got the Irish lager, you got the Irish ale, and you got the Irish stout, all Conway. Well, it says Irish lager, it didn't really say Conway, but kinda seems like it's way but 2 Conway versions, an Irish ale and Irish stout are cool. I mean, I so maybe we'll get it all at some point. We won't be good. We would absolutely take what we're getting right now.
That's right. No, yeah, that is exactly right. But I think with them starting with their core beers that they started with originally, basically at the foundation of the brewery, they know what they're doing. They've been doing it for years, and I think Tennessee's gonna rock it. I really
Yeah.
do.
One thing I wanna say, and maybe by the end of the week, people will get tired of saying the words Great Lakes. We don't care, so
We
I'm gonna
don't
keep
care.
saying we've been preaching it for so long, it's here, we're gonna keep talking about it. But we're not taking away from anything else or anything else we love. This is just something that we all can have, and like you said, when we talked to Chad, and we've talked to other people, happy to have it. You're right, can't wait to get it, right? It just
Oh,
it
that's
it
right.
it just adds to the rest of the stuff we can get. I mean, we're not trading one for the other.
No, we're not.
This is an
No,
addition to everything else. We still love places. We're not taking away from anyone. It's
no, we have so many great episodes coming up. In fact, tomorrow we have another great episode that is
back to
dropping
back
tomorrow
episodes.
in Ohio from Cincinnati. Northern Row. We did that episode a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Tune in to that episode tomorrow because you're going to hear two great guys, their general manager, also their head brewer. They are going to be talking about a couple of great things going on in Cincinnati in March. One of them is a big festival that's going on up
Yeah, the
there.
Bach Fest, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Bach Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a great one. We got 2 back-to-back bangers. And look, there's plenty of time to listen to podcasts. You don't have to listen
hey,
to come back and listen to it later. It's fine. It's always going to be there, right? You know what I
that's
mean?
right.
Yeah, it's not like one and done. Hey, you can't get it. Hey, gives you something to do over the weekend or Sunday morning or whatever. I mean, just back to back's fine. It'll just be sitting there waiting for you if you don't catch it on Friday or you don't catch the one today. Just we're not, but we're gonna keep reminding you that they're there.
And there is a chance that Great Lakes discussion may be happening this weekend. Brother Rich from the Foamy Heads joined us a few minutes ago. at the beginning of this Instagram live when the Brewery Underground podcast and the Foamies, when we come together, we're Foamy Underground.
Yep.
And Scott, it's all going down. That's going to be happening on Saturday. Maybe there's some Great Lakes discussion, but there's also a lot of other things going on, right?
We are going to do the Cabin Fever Beer Fest.
Not Cabinet Pack.
Who said that?
I don't know.
That was funny. That was
That's
funny.
an inside joke.
Beer
That's all right.
Fest at Cedar Glade Brewing. It's actually Cedar Glade Brews in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Is a beer fest, and it's gonna be awesome. You and I and Mitch and Rich are gonna be there. We're gonna be recording an episode we've done so many times. It's got 30 breweries. We can't go through. You can see a few of them right there at the top.
That's
There's
right.
some there. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a great day. The weather's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah,
The
during a
list-
during a text message with you recently, I may have called it Cabin Fest.
That's
I was like,
all
"Hey,
right.
hope I don't say
It's
that
all
on
right.
Saturday. But if I do, we're all going to be drinking, and everybody's going to be drinking, and we're going to have a good time." But that's in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So for
Yeah.
those of you that are in the Nashville area on Saturday, come on, but well, you have to have tickets.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah. You can come on
yeah,
by, just get a ticket.
come
That's
on
okay.
by. That's
Come on
right.
by. We got some friends we know we're gonna go. We give a couple of tickets away. Jonah, we're gonna see them. I know Stokes and
Yeah,
Finnan are gonna be there. They won the
that's
ones
right.
from Craft Tapped. Maybe Common John is gonna be there. Soul and Spirits, Ebony and Ivory. We know Stokehouse is gonna be there, half batch. I mean, the East Nashville Beer Works, on and on and on. The Crazy Gnome and Cyanide. So many. It's gonna be awesome. We know Jonathan Pritt, who puts together the Common John Beer Fest,
Yes,
put this one together too. So you know it's top notch, top shelf, and
it
all the
is.
best
Yeah.
breweries are going to be there. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great 74 and sunny is apparently the weather.
Oh my God! And this time of year in Tennessee, because you never know, it could be 74 and sunny, or it could be 24 and snow.
Yeah,
You
totally.
never know in
I,
February in
so,
Tennessee.
look, it could snow before and it could snow after, as long as it's 74 and sunny while we're there.
That's what we care about.
That's
Yeah,
all we
that's what
care
we
about.
care about.
That's
So yeah,
right.
we're gonna be there. We're gonna be there on Saturday. It's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be fun in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's Cedar Glade, and what a great event that they have organized and
Yeah.
put together for this.
This is their first annual one. A
Yeah.
portion of the funds benefit Murfreesboro Read to Succeed free literacy program. We know we've done 2 episodes. No, we've done an episode from there with Jonathan and Robert from there, and great brewery, great beer, great
Oh
people.
yeah.
Look forward to that. We're gonna, we don't know who we're gonna talk to yet, but we got a long list of people we would like to.
I don't know. You never know. We make it a petition drive for some reason or something. It's like I was thinking about that recently. It's like, so what do we do next? What do we do to top Great Lake? Well, we
Uh,
can't top Great Lakes.
right.
Yeah, we're not topping Great Lakes. What are we gonna do? What's gonna be our next initiative on the Brewery
Yeah,
Underground podcast?
got some ideas. However, let's ride this one for a
Oh, we're
long
gonna ride
time.
this one.
So, maybe someone wants to rent out our services or something where we can get some shit done. I mean, we got shit done.
That's right.
We
Hey, I'm
just
Steve with the Brewery Underground podcast, and you know what? If you want to bring your beer to a certain area, just let me know. I can do it up for you.
it sounds like a Better Call Saul
Scott.
commercial. We get shit done. That's gonna be our business, but we get shit done.
Yeah, we may not be as effective as like the injury crash lawyers,
Right.
those guys out there, but think we can still help you out a little
We
bit
pick
more.
we pick our spots. We're gonna
We
pick
do.
Yeah, we're gonna pick our spots. We're gonna pick good ones. Good ones to do.
We like our craft beer, and we're not afraid to tell people.
Well, back to like I know they're people only have so much, what do they call it, expendable income and stuff to get, but I'm telling you, this does not change what I buy and what I don't buy. You know what I mean? I'm literally
Oh
this is
yeah.
just going to add to to whatever I'm doing. This just adds to it.
Yeah, and hopefully, we see the breweries because we go to breweries. We were at Broadcast Brewing over the weekend. We saw our buddy Mike. He's going to
Yeah.
be at the beer festival that we're going to over the weekend. This weekend, we couldn't tell him when we were there our secret, but Mike, if you're watching us and you see this, You have guest taps, buddy.
Yes. He's not afraid to use them. We had some really good guest taps the other day when we were there.
But you have guest taps, maybe some Great Lakes
He's a
could
he's a
be on the
good
guest tap.
he's a good business guy, so if
He
I'm
is a
sure if
good
he has
business
access.
guy.
Hell, I had a new Zool beer there the other day.
I
It wasn't
know.
on draft, but it was in can, so he's happy to get guest taps. So Mike's a smart guy. If he gets a chance to get Great Lakes, I'm sure he will.
I mean, I would say this to all the brewery owners that we know out there, all the taproom managers that we know out there. If you're looking for some new stuff on tap, maybe Great Lakes. I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there. We
Oh
go
yeah.
and it's all good. We enjoy everything we drink, but
Yep.
maybe to bring Great Lakes in too.
I'm gonna throw a couple names out there that I would love to see Great Lakes at on tap.
Yeah.
Deep South Growlers.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Big fans of those guys. I got one literally I could walk while we're doing this thing to Deep South Growler. Love
Different
those guys.
breweries in Smyrna and Murfreesboro.
Absolutely.
I could walk to the one in Smyrna. It may take me a few minutes. I'd rather drive there, but I could walk there if I need to get some
Yep.
cardio.
They have a lot of good beer selections. Hopefully, we'll see you
Yeah.
there. Another one is, and I love Brewhouse South. I love the
Yes.
Brewhouse South down there. That one in Cool Springs is
Uh-huh.
amazing, and I wouldn't be surprised if they had something on draft there too. Or even, hell, they do cans and bottles too, so they may even have some cans or something too. So we'll see what shakes out, but we will have our finger on the pulse to see. Look, just because we're going to buy some at retail and doesn't mean I won't support them somewhere else too. Especially if I see something on draft. We do that shit all the time.
That's right.
But we're looking to support you. We're looking to support Greg's and of course all of our local stuff. I mean, we're always doing that anyway.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have a lot of great breweries that have been featured and will be featured, and more content coming up, and so nobody is being neglected. That's for sure.
No, definitely not. Again, this is just an added bonus to what we already do and
It is.
drink. So more to come. I mean, tomorrow's going to be a real telltale. Not real. We're going to get our hands on some,
Yeah.
and then come Monday, we'll really kind of see where it starts dropping. And I don't think it'll all be out on Monday. I think over the next few days, period of a week, or who knows. As Littman sells it to places, we'll see it dropping all over the place. So don't know how much beer's in town yet, but I bet it's quite a bit. So it'd be interesting to see where it pops up.
All right, dear friends. Well, everybody that's tuned into us tonight on this Instagram Live, we appreciate it. And again, we just want to say, listen to our podcast episode that dropped this morning. You're going to hear even more than you heard on this Instagram Live tonight.
Absolutely. Like Steve said, Northern Row drops tomorrow.
It is.
Another great
Yep.
episode. If you don't know anything about them, you will after this. It's great. Don't worry if they're back to back. You can listen anytime you want to.
Anytime. That's
Great
right.
episode. And that was kind of timely with the beer fest they've got coming up, that Bach fest they've got coming up. So
Yep.
that'll be good. So check them out. Check them out, people. Check them all out. Go buy some Great Lakes beer. Tell us about it. We'd love to hear. We have some friends that do that, but if you're getting Great Lakes or you're finding it somewhere, we'd love to hear about it. Our journey is not done with Great Lakes. We're really just getting we got it to a point, and we're going to keep riding this wave for a long, long time.
That's right. All right. Well, that's all I got for now. Anything else you want to add tonight, brother?
Bring Great Lakes. Great Lakes is in Tennessee.
It happened. Look at that. Double fisted.
And we didn't necessarily get that but it is here. It is here, people. I'll tell you what, hang on. I'll show you something real quick.
No, this is what you're going to get. Hold on. As Scott's doing it, this is what
Yes.
you're going to get. This is one of the things you're going to get.
Exactly.
The Elliott Ness.
Go get it.
Go get this one. And as we mentioned earlier, there will be some others you will get as well. And as time goes on, you will get more Great Lakes beer here in Tennessee.
Once I get my hands on the beer tomorrow, I'm happy to tell everybody where it is. Once I have mine.
We'll be coming to you live for another Instagram tomorrow, I'm sure.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
And do it live. There you go.
All right, peeps, we're out. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers.